Hello, folks, and welcome to welcome to the second game of our doubleheader here. Andrew, Alex, and it's a pleasure to have you aboard. The pitcher for the Scouts in the second game of this doubleheader is Jorge Lozano. The first pitch from Lozano to Luis Jimenez finds the zone, a called strike. The Scouts, of course, taking the first game of this doubleheader by a score of 2-0 in the 7 innings. Here's the 0-1 from Lozano, and swing and a miss, strike two. So Lozano had ahead 0-2 on Luis Jimenez. Jimenez, a 304 hitter on the year. He was 1 for 3 in the first half of this doubleheader. So Jorge, 0-2 pitch. It's fouled hard. First base line out of play. The count's going to stay 0-2 here. Lozano, he delivers the 0-2. That one misses on the outside. Moves the count to 1-2. Lozano from Wright State University. Just a couple blocks away from here. And breaking ball is lifted into center field. Ryan O'Hearn chasing under it, makes the grab. Out number one. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Jimenez goes down, and now it's Reese Rua to the plate. Rua 0 for 3 in the first of the two contests. He's a 15 hitter on the year. 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, 7 RBIs to show for it. From Lake Erie College. First pitch. Jorge finds the outside part of the plate, a called strike. So 0-1 the count here with 1 down. And that one's grounded slowly to the second baseman. Holloway picks it up, throws on over to first in time. Out number 2. So with 2 away, and now it's going to be Carlos Flores to the plate. Flores, the guy who experienced by far the most success in the first game, picked up 2 of the 3 hits that his Ironman team strung together through 7 innings, and he's batting in the 377 mark of the year. Flores from University of Rio Grande. Pitch, and that one is lifted into deep center field. Chasing back is Ryan O'Hearn. He's at the track, the wall, and he catches it at the wall for out number 3. So no runs on, no hits, and nobody left aboard. We have played the top of the first here in Xenia, and the Scouts and the Ironmen still deadlocked at 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So the bottom of the first, we go Ryan O'Hearn to the plate to lead things off. He awaits the first pitch here, and he shows bunt, but fouls that one straight back. The count 0-1. O'Hearn in the first game held hitless, I believe. Awaits the 0-1 pitch here. Here it comes. And Ryan checks a swing, but that one finds the zone, a called strike. So Ryan's behind in this count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And that one finds the zone, a called strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down for the Scouts here. And Ryan O'Hearn goes down looking to lead things off. And Don Ring to the plate. Don Ring, the catcher in this part of the contest. He not obviously, I overuse the word obviously, but he played third base in the first game. Don launches upstairs, ball 1. Ring. The 1-0. And he lifts that one sky high into center field. Coming under at the center fielder. Canicorn grab, out number 2. So a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And the Ironmen and the Scouts still scoreless. So now Jeremy Barth to the plate. Barth. A .333 hitter on the year. That's with 6 doubles, a home run, and 11 RBIs. He was actually intentionally walked in his last at-bat, a 1-for-2 day in the first game. But he takes breaking ball on the outside, evens up the count, a ball and a strike here. In the bottom of the first inning with 2 down. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one finds the zone, a called strike 2. So Jeremy's behind in this count, 1-2, and the Ironmen looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Big breaking ball comes up and in. And the count evens up 2-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Barth awaits the 2-2. Here it comes. And Jeremy fouls that one hard down the first base line, and staying alive in this count is Jeremy. The Scouts picking up their 11th victory of the season. In game number 1, that moves them to 11-7 on the year. Two again, here it comes. And curveball missing on the outside. Jeremy takes that, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Barth. The count is full against him. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. And Jeremy takes low and away ball 4, and he's going to take a free 90 feet over to first base. So now it's Evan McDonald to the plate. McDonald, the third baseman. Barth is at first here with 2 down. The pitch, and that one's taken up and away. Barth, the runner at first. McDonald's playing third this evening in the second game of this doubleheader. That is certainly not the position that he plays every day. The 1-0 pitch, and Evan's going to loop that one over the glove of the second baseman, and a base hit for Evan McDonald. He continues to stay hot. Evan, of course, is the one who, the 2 RBI single that broke the game open in the bottom of the 6th in the first game. So now it's runners at first and second. 2 outs, and Colt Wolf is coming to the plate. Wolf the designated hitter, or should I say the first baseman? He was the designated hitter in the first game. Adrian Marquez on deck, the first pitch. Colt takes on the outside. 1-0 the count here. It's 2 on and 2 out. The 1-0 pitch. Here it is. And Colt grounds that hard to the third baseman, who's going to try to tag Jeremy Barth in the baseline before realizing that he had the force out and just stepping on the bag for an out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, 2 men left aboard. We have played 1, still scoreless between the Scouts and the Lorain County Ironmen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So we head into the top of the second inning. Sam Vilk is to the plate. Vilk, a 277 hitter on the year. He's the first baseman this evening, and he grounds one sharply to the second baseman, Kerry Holloway, who takes it on a weird hop, throws over to Colt Wolf at first in time. Out number 1. 1 up, 1 down, and now it's Matt Malkin to the plate. Malkin, 0 for 3 in the first game, and here in the Great Lakes League, your average can tank game to game, and he was hitting 381 going to the first game, but now his average has been dropped to 356, so still obviously a very good batting average for the catcher from Paradise Valley Community College. Paradise Valley Community College, the community college that produced Brick Paskowitz, the prospect of the year for the Alaska Baseball League back in 2015, but he takes on the inside, ball 1. The 1-0, and that one's lifted sky high into center field. Ryan O'Hearn chasing back at the track, and he stops there, makes the catch. Out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second, and it's going to bring up John Rensel, the designated hitter. Rensel, he played first base in game number 1. The Eastern Michigan Eagle comes in hitting a .190. He has 2 doubles and an RBI on the year. First pitch to him. And that one's grounded chopper to the third baseman, Evan McDonald, who's going to throw over to first, pull Colt Wolf off the bag, but right into the baseline where he picks it up and tags Rensel right before he could step on first. That is out number 3. So no runs on no hits and nobody left aboard in the top of the second. We have gotten to the middle of the second. Still scoreless between the Scouts and the Lorain County Ironmen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So Adrian Marquez to the plate. Marquez. The left fielder in this one. And that one is taken on the outside for a ball. Adrian, the powerful left fielder from Wright State University. And the guy who is, really, he had a ground rule double in the first game, and he's really, flashed the ability that he has on the plate throughout this Great Lakes season. He awaits the 2-0 pitch, and breaking ball finds the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Is going to move things to 2-1. Scoreless here in the top of the second between the Scouts and the Ironmen. Marquez attacks the 2-1 pitch, fouled hard. First base side, evens the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we await the 2-2 here with nobody out. The pitch to Marquez, here it comes. Big breaking ball, just missing upstairs. A good take there by Adrian, and all the breaths were being held in this building as to whether they would call that a called third strike. But now the count's full, 3-2. And Adrian fouling that one right back into the screen. Staying alive here. Marquez, 279 on the season. A double, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs to show for it. And breaking ball is lifted way high into shallow right field. A couple guys coming under it, but it's going to drop under them. And Marquez, who, really might have thought that he was out on a can of corn there with 3 Ironmen coming under it in, the middle of right field. Just no one comes up with the grab, and he stands at second. So an extra base hit. And they're going to mark that as a hit. So Adrian Marquez with his second double of the day. I mean, the day being both of the parts of the doubleheader, but Marquez is at second, and it's Caleb Bloy with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Bloy, $188 on the year, 6 RBIs. Also has a double, and the runner Marquez is going to go, but Caleb Bloy puts that right past the glove of the second baseman. Marquez comes around third to score, an RBI single for Caleb Bloy, and the Scouts take a 1-0 lead. Bloy just what looked to be a hit and run. Puts that one on the ground, a hard hit ball past the glove of the second baseman, and it squeaks through, and Marquez, who was already 3/4 of the way to third base, just kind of trots on home. So the RBI single for Caleb Bloy, and now it's a man on first with Kerry Holloway to the plate. 1-0 Scouts to score. First pitch on the inside. The 1-0. And Kerry fouls that one back into the screen, evens things up, a ball and a strike here. 1-0 Scouts here with a man on first, nobody out. The count, ball and a strike, Holloway. Waits, but checking over at first. So we're going to wait for the 1-1 here. Here it comes. Bloy with a big lead at first, the 1-1 pitch, and Kerry lines that one right up the middle, a base hit. Caleb Bloy to second, and looks like he's going to go for third, but he almost trips in the process, but the center fielder unable to get there. So Kerry Holloway's aboard with a single. Caleb Bloy advancing over to third, and still with nobody out here, it's runners at the corners for Aaron Valance. The Scouts with 3 hits already here in the second inning, and they are certainly on a roll. And now Valance, a guy who is really looking for that first hit in a long time, has the opportunity to get it here. AV from Amarillo, Texas. First pitch to Valance, and he lays down a bunt, and that one going right past the glove of the pitcher. Valance is safe at first. Bloy comes home to score, and it's now 2-0 Scouts. The squeeze bunt attempt that may have actually been really and truly was a squeeze bunt, and Aaron Valance's hitless streak is over, an RBI bunt single. And now it's runners at first and second, 2-0 Scouts here, and back to the top of the order with Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn, he went down looking his first time up. And he shows bunt but pulls back as he takes a curveball on the outside. The pitch. Shows bunt there, but takes a called strike. The count, 1 ball. There's at first and second, nobody out. The pitch, the runners go, and that one is up in the air, a bunt, but it goes back. The catcher cannot get there in time. Staying alive is Ryan O'Hearn. Staying alive in that the catcher didn't get there, obviously. The count moves to 1-2. The Scouts lead 2-0, still with nobody out. Here in the top of the second inning. And, after waiting until the bottom of the sixth to put some runs on the board, the Scouts getting there early, but Ryan lifts that one into shallow right field. The second baseman diving, comes under it, goes to second for the force pick, and tries to go to first. So an odd-looking double play as Ryan O'Hearn flies out to right, and then they get Kerry Holloway off the bag before he can get back there. So a fly out to right. So F9-6 double play, and now it's 2 down and a runner at first with Don Ring to the plate. The runner at first, Valance, the only runner here. Don, his first time up, flew out to center. Here's the pitch, and Don, big swing and a miss on a breaking ball on the outside. The count goes 0-1. Well, the pitcher for Lorain County is Ray, who has a 3.95 ERA on the year, but Don Ring, a high pop-up to the shortstop, comes under it and makes the grab for out number 3. So 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 man left aboard. After 2 innings of play, the Scouts lead the Lorain County Ironman by a score of 2-0. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Welcome back to Grady's Field, everybody. Pitching in relief is me, Kyler Ludlow, over Andrew Alex. On the mound for the Scouts, dealing so far has been Jorge Lozano. His first pitch of the inning is in for a strike. Dominic Mitiga, the third baseman, is the first batter of the inning for the Ironmen. He's got a 1-1 count on him as he stands in from the right side, takes low and away, and the count twists in his favor. It's now 2-1. The Scouts scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning to take a 2-0 lead. They've got 5 hits already in the game. Here's a scorcher back up the middle. A nice move by Valance to make the catch. The throw on the first in time. And a good slick play by the shortstop for out number 1. Matthew Starkovic, the right fielder, seeing his first action of the day. Hits from the left side. Has a .230 batting average on the season. Waits as Lozano kicks and delivers. Outside corner, a called strike 1. Lozano with a deep breath. He's ready. His pitch. Chopper down the third baseline. It's fielded. Thrown on to first in time. Nice play by Evan McDonald coming in to make that throw on the run and get the second out of the frame. Sam Harris, the second baseman, will try his luck against the talented Xenia Scouts right-hander. Lozano perched on the mound with his one foot in front of the other. Gets a chopper back to him. Snares it. Underhand toss to first. And that's a quick 1-2-3 top of the third for the Ironmen. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Xenia leads 2-0 over Lorain County here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. The Scouts will send up Barth, McDonald, and Wolf against the left-hander Trevor Ray out on the mound for the Lorain County Ironmen. Barth walked his first time up. Evan McDonald had a hit. See if they can get something started to lead off the third inning. The Scouts leading 2-0 over the Ironmen. 2 runs on 5 hits. First pitch to Barth, the big bender that's in there, strike 1. Ray with 1 strikeout and 1 walk thus far in the game. It's a pop-up down the left field line. This could be trouble as well. Twisting and making the catch. On the run is Reese Rua, out number 1. We've seen a couple of Xenia Scouts balls that have been perfectly placed out in the outfield. Both of them to right field. One ended up being a fielder's choice. The runner at first base looked like a pop-up that would be an out, and lo and behold, it fell, and fortunately for Lorain County, they were able to get the out. Other times have not been as fortunate. So right-hander McDonald takes high and away, ball 1. The southpaw kicks and delivers. Chopper down the third base line, but foul past Bubba Cates, the manager, third base coach, and head coach of this Xenia Scouts squad. With the count 1 ball, 1 strike, McDonald takes a look down at Cates and stands in. Here's the line and the pitch. Hit hard out to left field, but right in the tracks of Reese Rua, who makes the catch for out number 2. Major League Baseball fans out there might recognize the last name of Rua. Reese, the younger brother of Ryan Rua, the left fielder for the Texas Rangers. He's made a couple nice plays out in the field. No hits against Lozano, though. The first pitch from Trevor Ray paints the outside corner to Colt Wolf. That's strike 1. Wolf grounded into the fielder's choice that ended the first inning. He lines one down the left field line, just foul. Strike 2. Just a tad out in front of it. Couldn't quite keep the hands inside the ball to keep it fair. And Wolf will have at it again. Down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned Ray does have 1 strikeout. It was the first batter of the game. Here's a grounder through the left side, a base hit. So the inning stays alive with the 2-out base knock by Colt Wolf. So after that first inning in which he retired O'Hearn and Ring relatively easily, it's been much more difficult for the left-hander. Ray has now given up 6 base hits and walked a batter in 2 2/3 innings of work. Lefty on lefty matchup. Adrian Marquez takes a strike over the outside corner on the bender. Marquez hit that bloop double that started the second inning. Ended up bringing home the first run of the game. Pitch to the plate. Skied in the air. Similar spot as that last double, but it looks like second baseman Sam Harris has a beat on it. No, he can't make the play. Marquez hustling around the bases, and oh boy, that ball's thrown into no man's land. It's a comedy of errors that brings home the 3rd run of the game. Now I believe the umpires might be discussing whether Marquez gets to go home as well. Going to have a discussion here as that ball made it into the Scouts' dugout. I think they're discussing where Marquez was in running the bases. All the same, it's 1 run in. And a runner at third base for the Scouts for Caleb Bloy. Just a strange kind of play there. The second baseman, Sam Harris, out camped under it, but he could not make the play. Ends up making the first error, dropping the ball, then the second error on a terrible throw to the plate. First pitch to Bloy, misses outside. That's ball 1. Now the windup and the 1-0. Hammered out towards left field. Rua has a beat on it, however, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But the Scouts score another run. They take a 3-0 lead as we head to the 4th on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
So we head into the top of the fourth inning. The Scouts with a 3-0 lead. Andrew Alex back here, and first pitch to Luis Jimenez gets him in the outside shoulder. Hit by pitch. He is aboard, and it's going to bring up Reyes Rua with a man on and nobody out. Rua, his first time up, grounded out to the second baseman, Kerry Holloway. First pitch, and that one finds the zone, a called strike. Rua from Lake Erie College. The pitch, and that one's taken on the outside, evens up the count, a ball and a strike here. In the top of the fourth inning, the Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Pickoff attempt over to first, very close, but not in time. So Lozano, here's the 1-1. And that one swung on and missed. Strike number 2. Tried to check his swing there, but no cigar. So he falls behind in this count, 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out here. Rua, a .313 hitter on the year. Lozano deals upstairs. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run for Rua this year. He struck out looking 1 time. 2-2 pitch taken just on the outside. The count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wright State's Jorge Lozano versus Lake Erie College's Reyes Rua. The pitch and the runner goes. That one's taken low, ball 4. So it's 2 on and nobody out, the tying run to the plate. Jorge Lozano walking his first batter of the day. And Carlos Flores, the guy who, hitting at a .377 mark. 2 for 3 in the first contest. He's 0 for 1 today, though, or today being that second contest. So Lozano, he awaits Flores to step in the box. Sam Vilks on deck. The pitch. That one skips past Donald Ring, and the runners are going to advance. So 2 runners in scoring position now with nobody out. Don Ring just couldn't stay in front of that one, and Jorge Lozano, who still hasn't allowed a hit yet today, finds himself in a tad bit of trouble. Here in the fourth inning, it is 8 o'clock. Or 8:06 and 7 seconds. Top 4. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Lozano, he deals. Breaking ball finds the outside part of the zone. Evens up the count, a ball and a strike. And swung on and missed. Strike number 2. So Lozano's got a 1-2 count on Carlos Flores, the top hitter in this Ironman lineup. A ball and 2 strikes. It's Jimenez at third, Reyes Rua at second. With nobody out in the top of the fourth. The pitch. And swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Lozano gets Carlos Flores swinging for out number 1 and inches closer to possibly getting himself out of this inning. But now it's going to be Sam Vilk to the plate. Vilk on the year. Well, he grounds the first pitch right to the first baseman, Colt Wolf, who goes home. The throw to the plate was in time. Did he tag him? And apparently he didn't touch the base. And Jimenez, who was standing about 4 feet to the right of home plate, who they said never touched home plate, Don Ring, after an awkward pause, just touches him. And, that is out number 2, a very controversial call there over at home plate. But so now with 2 down, it's runners at the corners. And a big break for the Scouts. So put Sam Vilk aboard with the fielder's choice, and now it's going to be Matt Malkin to the plate. With 2 down here in the top of the 4th. The pitch. That one finds the outside part of the plate, a called strike 1. So 0-1. Runners at the corners. 3-0 Scouts. The pitch. And Lozano missing low and in this time. The count evens up, a ball and a strike. The pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone there. So Jorge's ahead in this count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and after having runners at second and third and nobody out, Lozano could get out of this inning unscathed. The 1-2 pitch, and that one's taken low and away, evens up the count, 2-2. So the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 runners on base, 1 at first, 1 at third, with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Jorge, he delivers. And swung on and missed strike 3. He got him. Matt Malkin goes down swinging, and Jorge Lozano gets out of the 4th unscathed. No runs on, no hits, and 2 men left aboard. We are in the middle of the 4th, and the Scouts lead the Ironman by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. 4-0 the score. Turns out that the Scouts actually got another run because of a ruling that Marquez should have scored back in the bottom of the third, saying that he should have come home on the play to home. So make it 4-0 Scouts. It's weird, and I was just told this. And it looks like the Ironman people do not like this, really at all. And they're having some strong words with the umpire. Here in the second game of this doubleheader, the Scouts lead 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. What a time to be around here. The Scouts, too. And looks like they're still conversing, so we're actually just going to wait on it. And we'll be right back. Xenia Scouts Radio Network is what you're listening to. Okay, folks at home, so we kind of got it figured out. The Scouts should have gotten a fourth run in the third, and we could go back and retrospectively change it, right? But if we don't, if we do that and we do give the one run, it's going to be a protested game, and we really don't want that. So even though we definitely do deserve the run and should get the run, we're just going to let them take away the run. So it's back to being 3-0 Scouts. And Kerry Holloway's behind in this count, 2-1. The pitch. And Kerry drills that one into center field. The center fielder chasing under it, and that one's going to drop in for a base hit. Kerry Holloway aboard, and with a single, his second single of the day. And, you know, when they say when they're protesting it, my thought process is run up the score. Score as much as you can. I'm kidding, though. Maybe I'm not. So now it's a runner on first, nobody out. Adrian Marquez to the plate. Marquez. Not Adrian Marquez. Aaron Valance to the plate. Sorry, I'm thinking about Adrian Marquez being the one that should have scored, but Valance hits that one over to short. They go to second for one. The throw on to first for two is going to be in time. A 6-4-3 double play. And now 2 outs here. And back to the top of the order with Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan on the day, he's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Scouts looking to pick up their 6th win in 7 games. O'Hearn shows bunt on the first pitch, but then pulls back, takes up and out. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Ryan chops that one, and it's going to roll down the line. The throw on over to first is not going to be nearly in time to get the speedy flying Ryan O'Hearn. He's aboard with a, I can't even call that a bunt swing single because he did swing away, but it was a single that's usually going to be a foul ball, but about 3 feet to the right of the third base line, it kind of just died. And O'Hearn was, 3/4 of the way to first base before the pitcher even got off the mound. So pickoff attempt over to try to get over Ryan O'Hearn, and the batter is going to be Don Ring. Ring. Oh for 2 on the day. In the first game, Don taking an 0 for 2 with a big-time sack bunt that moved the runners over, allowed Evan McDonald to drive some people home. So the count to Don, and he grounds that one slowly to the second baseman. Throws on over to first in time for out number 3. So no runs on 2 hits. 1 man left aboard. We have played 4 here, and the Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top of the 5th inning, Andrew Alex here, and John Rensel out to face Jorge Lozano. First pitch from Lozano taken up and away. Jorge has put out 4 shutout innings on the board. He leads by a score of 3-0 in this game, and Jorge delivers a fastball just off the plate, falls behind in this count, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Jorge attacks the zone that time. Moves the count to 2-1. The batter is John Rensel from Eastern Michigan. He is 0 for 1 today, a ground out to third his first time up in the first contest. He was 0 for 3, actually made that final out of the game where Noah Jones got him looking to put a exclamation point on his outing. And that one is drilled into deep left field. Going back is a diving He's a diving Adrian Marquez who tries to make the catch in foul territory, but he doesn't get there. But a foul ball in what was a very confusing, and I can't even see that part because the view from this press box is obstructed. But it was just a couple feet to the left of the third base line. And the count resets 3 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out here. Lozano with 2 strikeouts on the day already through 4 innings pitched. And Renzel steps back into the box. The 3-2 pitch. And that one is fouled hard right towards the Xenia Scout dugout. So staying alive in this count is John Renzel Lozano from the Dominican Republic via the state of Michigan. 3-2 again. And that one grounded a chopper right back to Lozano to the right of the mound. He underhand tosses to Colt Wolf over at first in time for out number 1. So mark that down as a 1-3 ground out in your books, folks. And well, now that's 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. The batter is going to be Dominic Matiga. Matiga 0 for 1 on the day, and he finds the first hit of the ball game for the Lorain County Ironmen. A single right up the middle on the first pitch, and the Ironmen have a man aboard with 1 out, and it's going to bring up Matt Starkovich. Starkovich, the right fielder. First pitch, taken low and in. So 1-0, the pitch. And that one is grounded sharply to Aaron Valance at second. They toss to second for 1. The throw on to first for 2. Goes under the glove of Colt Wolf. Backing it up is Don Ring. They're going to throw to second to try to get him there. And throw's not going to be not in time. So they get the force at second, but then an error on the throw to first ends up advancing the runner to second. So with a fielder's choice and an error, Matt Starkovich is over at second now here with 2 down, and the batter is going to be the dismally hitting Sam Harris to the plate. Harris hitting .076 on the year. He is 0 for 2 against the Scouts thus far today. So a runner at second and an opportunity to try to get on the board. The pitch from Lozano, and that one is a bloop shot right in front of Kerry Holloway. He picks it up, tosses underhand over to first in time. Out number 3. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left aboard. We head into the bottom of the 5th. The Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. The bottom of the fifth inning. Jeremy Barth is out there, and the Scouts leading 3-0. Barth takes on the outside. Jeremy on the day, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time, or his second time up. He walked his first time up, ended up getting over to second that first time up the pitch. Jeremy takes curveball up and in, finds himself ahead in this count, 2-0. Jeremy is a .333 hitter on the year. He awaits the 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. And Jeremy lifts that one a high fly ball into right field. Going back at the track, the wall. Saya. Oh, no, a ground rule double. It bounced to right. It bounced right in front of the wall. And then over for a ground rule double. Let me tell you, folks, that was about as close as it possibly will get. I almost put the sayonara on that one, but that would have been a false statement. But let me tell you, Jeremy Barth is a man who can certainly hit the ball, and a ground rule double has the leadoff man in scoring position, and the batter is going to be Evan McDonald. Evan McDonald, a man who has definitely had a day for himself. He broke the first game open. He's 2 RBI single in the bottom of the sixth was the difference in that game. And now he bats with another runner in scoring position, trying to get some insurance. First pitch delivered way on the outside. A good job by the catcher to get in front of that one. 1-0 the count. It is 8:30. We might finish this one, even though it was a doubleheader, pretty early. Don't want to jinx it, though. Don't want to jinx it. 1-0 the count. With Jeremy Barth over a second. The 1-0 pitch, and Evan lifts that one high in the air into foul territory. Chasing back is the first baseman, Vilk, who loses it in the sun and can't make the grab in foul ground. So that just evens the count up, a ball and a strike. So 1-1 here. He delivers. Breaking ball, and Evan chops that one down the third base line. And Evan, of course, is playing third base. And his mom tweeted at us saying he hasn't played first base since freshman year. Now, I assume that means his freshman year of high school, because his freshman year of college was pretty recently. But so a little bit of a blast from the past for old Mac today. He awaits the 1-2 pitch here. Here it comes. And Evan fouls that one out of play third base side. He stays alive. Count 1-2. With nobody out here, Jeremy Barth over at second. Colt Wolf's in the on-deck circle. Gotta thank my staff. You know, my staff really helping me out here. All the press box people. You got Brian. Of course, Kyler. Christina, Lacey, Stacy, half of them are athletic trainers that just do this on the side during their days off. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Evan drives that one into deep center field. Chasing back is the center fielder. He makes the grab, tagging up and going to third is Jeremy Barth, and it's going to be a close play over there, but it's cut off by the shortstop, Jimenez, and Jeremy Barth advances on the Evan McDonald flyout. And now it's going to be Colt Wolf to the plate. Wolf. A home run last night. On the day thus far, 1 for 2, a single, and a ground down. Runner at third and one out. The first pitch. Colt takes in the dirt. The count 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fifth of a seven-inning contest between the Ironman and the Xenia Scouts. The 1-0 pitch. Takes on the outside again. 2-0 the count. The Scouts with 3 runs on 9 hits, looking to drive one more here. The pitch, and that one is grounded right back to the pitcher. They're going to throw to first for the out, and Jeremy Barth stays put as the pitcher gives him a little arm check there. So mark it down as a 1-3 ground out. Out number 2. And now Adrian Marquez to the plate with the last hope of bringing in Jeremy Barth from third. Here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down. First pitch. A called strike. 0-1, and that one taken low. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. Queso in a big RBI spot here with a runner at third and 2 outs. The pitch, and curveball, big swing and a miss. I feel like I jinxed it by saying the Barth grand rule double was a home run, but oops, that's on me. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Adrian Marquez, and he lifts that one sky high into shallow right. The second baseman Harris comes under it and makes the grab for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left aboard. We head into the 6th. The Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. The 6th inning here, 3-0 Scouts. Lozano back out to the mound. He has thrown a 1-hitter through 5. Luis Jimenez, the leadoff hitter for the Ironman, to the plate. He takes a first pitch strike. Jimenez, a 304 hitter on the season. He got hit by a pitch his first time up, and he takes an upper and outside part of the plate fastball. 0-2 the count. Lozano. He delivers. And that one is lifted into deep left field. Adrian Marquez chasing it, makes the grab on the run. Out number 1. So 1 down here in the 6th, and now he's Rua to the plate. Rua, he walked his last time up. The only walk issued on the day by Jorge Lozano, who is pitching masterfully. Here through 5 1/3, the first pitch, and that one taken low. Ball number 1. We are entering the 13th inning we have played here, and Jorge loses that one and just pegs Rua right in the back. A hit by pitch. And that puts a man on with 1 out. We're in that dangerous part of the Ironman order with Flores, Vilk, and Malkin. So Carlos Flores to the plate. Flores, a 377 hitter on the year. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging. His last time up, he bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Jorge Lozano. Out of town scoreboard we're going to give you in a second, but the first pitch, breaking ball on the inside. 1-0 the count. The Jazz beat the Leprechauns 10-7 in their first game today. It's the top of the seventh. The Settlers lead the Mariners 3-0. And Lozano hits another batter. Flores. So now it's runners at first and second, and the tying run's going to come to the plate in Sam Vilk. But I'm just going to continue with the out-of-town scoreboard quickly. Bottom six, Richmond leads Irish Hill 6-1. Top five, Hamilton leads Galleon 4-2. Bottom six, the Steam and the Monarchs scoreless. Still says pregame for the Copperheads and the Locos, which means that it's just not registering through the system right now. And, of course, we beat the Ironman in game number 1, but it looks like everyone's going to come out to the mound to have a word with Jorge. Got Walter Rook going in the bullpen, and let's see if they take the ball from Lozano, who, like I said, through 5 1/3 has just allowed 1 hit. And Bubba has a word with Jorge. They're talking. Will he take the ball? It's runners at first and second with 1 out. You're in the top of the 6th. If they aren't going to take the ball, they're taking a long time to get around to it. And Bubba probably just talking strategy at this point. But by the way, let's talk about Noah Jones' performance in the last game. Jones, who told me that, quote unquote, his ERA had ballooned, told me that last night. 7 scoreless innings brought it down a full point. A 3.60 ERA certainly sounds better than a 4.99 ERA in my book and just about anyone's book. But they're going to keep Lozano out there. So after 2 straight hit by pitches, it's runners at first and second and 1 out. The first pitch, and that one's taken on the outside. The batter is Sam Vilk. Vilk is 0 for 2. A ground out to second and reached on a fielder's choice. On a very tiring night here. Through 13 innings completely, but the grounder to the second base, the throw on to second to 1 for 1, the throw to first for 2, in time. A 4-6-3 double play, and Jorge Lozano unscathed yet again. No runs on no hits, and 2 men left aboard. We are in the middle of the 6th. It's the Scouts 3, the Lorain County Ironmen nothing. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Wow. Andrew Alex. Andrew Alex back to the booth here. I am not to the plate. I am just to the tired. And Caleb Bloy's the batter. The Scouts lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the sixth of what will be a 7-inning ball game. The first pitch taken on the inside. The count is 1-0. Bloy from Covenant College in the great state of Georgia. He awaits the 1-0 pitch. We actually have a new pitcher in. Ross Heffernan. He's a submarine-style thrower, something that I find to be at least aesthetically pleasing. If you think about good sidearmers throughout history, Grant Balfour. Famous sidearm-style throwers, Pat Neshek, Dennis Eckersley, but Caleb, he pops up on the infield into foul ground. The first baseman under it makes the grab out number 1. So Bloy goes down here in the bottom of the sixth. And with one down, it's going to bring Kerry Holloway to the plate. Holloway, he's having a day thus far. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Holloway, a great guy, young guy, just finished up making a video for his younger brother. Twins who just got baptized. Very touching video to watch. And he swings and misses at the first pitch, so 0-1 the count. It'll be interesting to see whether the Scouts let Lozano pitch the top of the 7th. But that ball finds the outside part of the zone. A called strike 2. So 0-2 here with 1 down, bottom 6. Holloway steps back into the box. The 0-2 pitch. And Gary lifts that one, a bloop shot into right field. The right fielder's chasing it, but that's going to drop in for a base hit. Carey turns a single into a double really quickly. And so standing at second with a double is Kerry Holloway, and on down and a runner in scoring position, it's going to be Aaron Valance to the plate. I apologize for the lack of enthusiasm on that call. It just looked like a routine fly ball, but Kerry Holloway never said die there, and it's a good thing because the Scouts, as they head into this final inning of play next inning, looking to extend their lead, and Kerry Holloway has been a guy who, throughout the season has profited on extending leads just like this. So Valance to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Holloway takes pitch to AV. That comes on the inside, ball 1. A beautiful sunset night here in the great city of Xenia, Ohio. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one finds the zone, a called strike 1. So count evens up, a ball and a strike here. It's Ryan O'Hearn on deck. Don ringing in the hole if we can get to him. Valance awaits the 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. And AV fouls that one right back over me. Hits the top of the stands. Count moves 1-2. We won't be playing a game tomorrow, but we will be back in action on Monday at 7:05 Eastern Standard Time as the Scouts travel to Licking County to take on their division rivals, the Licking County Settlers. The 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. And Carey was going, but AV fouls that one off. So he stays alive. Valance, the native of Amarillo, Texas, the only Texan on this team, played his last season at Wayland Baptist University for Coach Brad Bass, a guy who coached the AIA team that Josh Donaldson played for. And AV takes on the outside. 2-2. And yes, that's Josh Donaldson, the reigning American League MVP of the Toronto Blue Jays. So 2-2 the count. The pitch to Valance, and he takes on the outside, and that one actually gets past the catcher, Malkin. So Kerry Holloway's over to third, and now with one out, a long sacrifice fly will be enough to bring home Holloway, who stands over at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes with one out here. The Scouts lead 3-0. You're in the bottom of the 6th. The Scouts with 3 runs on 10 hits. The Ironman with no runs on just 1 hit. Valance, he steps back in, awaits the 3-2. Here it comes. And that one is taken on the outside, ball 4. So Aaron Valance, who's been getting on base left and right these last couple of days, even though his first hit in a while came recently, he's just been drawing walks. He drew 3 in last night's contest, but it's runners at the corners and 1 out, and looks like there's going to be a pitch step off. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So that was quick, and it happened before I could even get back on the air, but Kerry just tried to steal home and got caught stealing on a double steal attempt. So Aaron Valance is over to second, and Ryan O'Hearn's at the plate here with now 2 down. The pitch to O'Hearn, and that one's fouled. Down the first base line. And remember, you hit a foul ball, you can get candy. 0-1 the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The score is 3-0 in favor of the Xenia Scouts. All right, so the count 0-1 here with 2 down. Oh and 1 with 2 down. The pitch. That one finds the zone. So Ryan behind in this count now 0-2. Nothing in 2 with 2 down. Aaron Valance over at second. The pickoff attempt doesn't happen, but big fake-out move to try to get him. The Scouts trying to extend their lead here, and Ryan O'Hearn, the man to do it. Ryan is 1 for 3 on the day. He had a check swing kind of chopper single his last time up. The 0-2 and curveball on the outside. Taken all the way there by Ryan, and the count stays now 1-2. O'Hearn trying to knock in Aaron Valance. The 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. And that one once again on the outside. So O'Hearn fighting his way back into this count. Now 2-2. Here at 8:55 Eastern Standard Time in the great city of Xenia, Ohio. 2-2 pitch, and Ryan takes on the outside. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and O'Hearn with a big RBI situation here. Three and 2. The pitch. And that one in there for a called strike 3. They got him. Ryan O'Hearn goes down looking. And that is going to end it for the Scouts here in the bottom of the 6th. They have the opportunity to shut the door in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So we head into the top of the 7th, which is essentially the top of the 9th. First pitch to Matthew Malkin is hit up the middle. Aaron Valance, great defensive play. Takes a couple steps to his left, or to his right, I should say. Picks it up, throws on over to first for an out number 1, and that was the most dangerous hitter that's due up this inning. Malkin was a 356 hitter. Probably not anymore after an 0 for 3 day today, but the Scouts 2 outs away from putting this one in the books. John Rensel to the plate now. Rensel, he attacks the first pitch and drives that one into shallow center field. That one's going to drop in front of Ryan O'Hearn. A base hit. So a single now and a man on and 1 out. And Dominic Mitiga to the plate. Mitiga, 1 for 2 on the day. He singled to get the first hit of the day, one of the 2 hits that the Ironmen have on the day against Jorge Lozano. Mitiga, other than that, a single and a 6-3 ground out. Jorge, the pitch. That one comes on the inside. The tying run is on deck at any given point. The Scouts lead 3-0 here. Should be 4-0, but that is besides the point. With one down here in the top of the second, a runner at first. 1-0, the pitch. And that one is laced into shallow right field. The throw to second to try to get the force is going to be not in time. So now the tying run to the plate in Matt Sarkovic. And Jorge Lozano, after giving up 2 straight singles, we'll see if Coach Cates keeps the faith in him. You got Walter Rook going in the bullpen. It looks like Coach Cates is going to take out Lozano here. So a call to the bullpen, and we're going to step off. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. I lied. We're keeping Jorge Lozano in. So after I thought I knew everything that ever happened in the history of the entire world, I was wrong, and now it's Matt Starkovich to the plate. And the tying run is at the plate here with one down in the top of the seventh and final regulation inning of Game 2 of the doubleheader. The Scouts lead 3-0. Lozano first pitch comes on the inside, ball 1. Jorge has allowed 3 hits thus far today. 2 of them are the men at first and second right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Jorge attacks the zone there. Evens up the count, a ball and a strike. Walter Rook is in the bullpen in case, quite frankly, we need him. But the confidence is in Jorge Lozano right now to finish this one out. The 1-1 pitch taken just upstairs, breaking ball. The count 2-1. Jorge looks to the catcher, Donald Ring. He sets and delivers the 2-1, and that one's grounded to the third baseman, Evan McDonald, who's going to go to second for 1, but that one takes Kerry Holloway off the bag. All the runners are safe. The bases are loaded. And it's going to be the number 9 hitter, Sam Harris, to the plate. And they'll probably pinch hit for him, and they will. So a pinch hit situation now, and looks like we're going to make a call to the bullpen. Or maybe not. So Joseph Watts going to pinch hit. Watts got 2 at-bats in the first game, and we'll talk about him more in a second. This time an actual call to the bullpen. Walter Rook enters the game with the bases loaded and 1 out. The Scouts lead by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You are listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Walter Rook into the game to face off against Joseph Watts. The base is loaded. The tying run is at first. Watts attacking the first pitch, fouls it off his ankle. A called strike one. The tying run is at first base. The go-ahead run at the plate. The Scouts lead by a score of 3-0 here in what is the top of the 7th inning, an equivalent to the top of the 9th inning at a home game here. A single pitch could lose the lead for the Scouts, but then again, a single pitch could also end the game on a double play ball. Rook, the effective reliever throughout the year. Here's the 0-1, and that one taken low and away. Evens up the count, a ball and a strike with one out here. Watts from John Carroll College. Batting in the 9-hole here with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-1. That one taken low and away, ball 2. It was a couple of hits and then an error that have loaded the bases. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If we get to him, it's Luis Jimenez on deck. Jimenez is 0 for 2. But Rook looks to the catcher, Don Ring. He sets up. The 2-2 pitch. In there for a called strike 3. He got him. Walter Rook sits down. The pinch hitter, Watson. Now it's 2 outs and the leadoff hitter, Luis Jimenez. With the bases loaded, Jimenez, a .304 hitter on the year, 3 triples, and 1 home run. He has 11 RBIs to show for it. Jimenez is 0 for 2 on the day. A couple of flyouts. Rook looking to slam the door. First pitch. And that one's fouled hard down the first base line, out of play. 0-1 the count with 2 down. 3-0 in favor of the Xenia Scouts. Rook, the big 6'4" right-hander from Memphis, Tennessee. Rook looks to Don Ring. The 0-1. And that one is lined right into the glove of Carrie Holloway, and that is all she wrote here tonight, folks. The final score, your Xenia Scouts 3. The Lorain County Ironman 0. The Scouts pitching staff puts up 2 straight full game shutouts in the doubleheader, and that brings the Scouts record to 12-7 on the season. The Ironman drop to 9-11. The Scouts with a very successful doubleheader here today, and I can't say anything else. Great pitching performance by Jorge Lozano, a great save there by Walter Rook. We've been here for so long, but the Scouts will be back in action on Monday at 7:05 Eastern Standard Time. They will take on the Licking County Settlers. I am Andrew Alex for Kyler Ludlow, for Steven, for everyone else who helped out here. Thank you for joining us for this doubleheader. Thank you. Thank you so much, and we will see you on Monday. God bless.